Tributes are pouring in following the death of actress and health advocate Suzanne Somers. Her family says she died Sunday morning from her fight with breast cancer. Somers battled the disease for 23 years after her initial battle with skin cancer. Most of us remember her for playing Chrissy Snow on the sitcom Three's Company and for her role in Step by Step. A memorial for Somers will take place next month. Breast cancer accounts for more than 43,000 deaths every single year. It is the second leading cause of cancer deaths among women. Experts are focusing on breast density and educating women about it. The American Cancer Society says women who have dense breast tissue need to get mammograms regularly due to higher risk for breast cancer. Problem is, many women don't even know that they have dense breast tissue. Bradley Blackburn introduces us to a survivor working to change that.
Joanne Pushkin started annual breast cancer screening at age 40. At 46, she found a lump, which was not picked up by a mammogram.
I found out I had breast cancer, that it had been missed by mammography because of dense breasts, and that I had dense breasts all within 10 minutes of each other. And I had the ultrasound, 15 minutes later, and there it was, clear as a bell.
She had later stage cancer, which required many surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation.
I really feel like I was effectively denied an earlier stage diagnosis, so there was no awareness that we should be discussing additional screening, no awareness that dense tissue hides breast cancers.
That's because dense breast tissue can look white on a mammogram, and masses and cancers can also look white.
Mammography alone is not adequate screening for women that have dense breast. Additional imaging, such as MRI or ultrasound, should be done.
The American Cancer Society says women with dense breasts also have a higher risk of breast cancer.
Dense breasts are much more common in younger women. Having that information is actually very important in understanding how you should be screened and what your risk is.
Information Pushkin didn't have, so she created Dense Breast Info. She fought for a New York State breast density law and testified before the FDA. As of next September, all mammogram reports sent to patients will be required to include breast density.
Nothing I'm doing is going to save any woman from getting breast cancer, unfortunately. But what this does is increase the possibility that we're going to find it early.
She's also working on legislation that would make insurers cover all breast imaging costs for higher risk women.
When you think of breast cancer, most of the time you have someone over the age of 50 maybe in your head. But cases of cancer for those under 50 years old have shot up by nearly 80% worldwide in the past 30 years. Cancer is killing more and more young people. CBS's Janet Shyamalan looks at what's behind this.
Queen Stewart is a lawyer and mom of two who learned she had breast cancer at 35, finding the lump herself, too young for insurance-paid screenings.
When you were diagnosed, what did you think?
I just cried. And I just worried so much about whether I would be here for my girls.
Cancer is surging in people under 50, according to a new study involving more than 200 countries, increasing 79% over an almost 30-year period. The most cases and deaths coming from breast cancer. Prostate and trachea or windpipe cancers had the fastest increases.
Those numbers are remarkable.
What are the ramifications for society of younger people getting cancer?
I think it's important for younger individuals who meet screening criteria to consider and pursue screening at age-appropriate times.
But why is it happening? Researchers say genetics is a factor, but the study cites poor diets, alcohol and tobacco use, physical inactivity, and obesity.
What steps can people take to reduce their cancer risk?
Look at the importance of screening. There's breast cancer, colorectal cancer, cervix cancer.
In the U.S., the recommended age to start colon cancer screening was recently lowered from 50 to 45, and breast cancer from 50 to 40. Stewart had a double mastectomy, chemotherapy, and radiation. She's in remission and says she has a new lease on life.
It had me create a sense of urgency in my life to live now, to find joy.
Researchers specifically mentioned those dietary factors, too much sodium, too much red meat, as contributing factors to these cancer cases. They're stressing how much of a role our diet plays in our overall health. We turn now to a possible game changer when it comes to the fight against breast cancer, and that would be artificial intelligence.
It's cutting-edge research. Artificial intelligence is significantly better at predicting a patient's cancer risk, according to a new study out today.
The role of AI in predicting breast cancer risk is definitely in our future.
Dr. Polly Neuravath is a breast oncologist with Houston Methodist.
Assessing a person's risk, the AI can do it probably a lot cheaper and faster as well.
Current clinical models use a patient's age, family history, and information like breast density to determine risk. Artificial intelligence is able to get biomarkers, more information from the mammogram, helping doctors make personalized recommendations. The Kaiser Permanente research analyzed the mammograms of more than 18,000 women. AI took just seconds to determine their 5-year breast cancer risk, and it was up to 25% more accurate when combined with personal history. The American Cancer Society reports this year alone, doctors will diagnose almost 300,000 cases of breast cancer. More than 43,000 U.S. women will die of the disease. The rate of breast cancer in women ages 25 to 39 has increased 32% since 2009.
I think it ends up being a very valuable tool in our arsenal.
Dr. Neeravath says younger women could benefit from this technology, a predictor of when they should get screened, which could save lives.
They are already using AI to help detect breast cancer at a hospital in Texas. And while it's not widespread yet, it is growing, and the technology could be especially helpful in areas lacking advanced health resources. The stats make it worth saying time and time again, it is crucial for women to get regular mammograms. So let's define regular in this sense. The U.S. Preventative Task Force says women now need to get screened every single year, starting at the age of 40. Now, this is a big shift compared to the original guidelines, which had a screening once every 2 years at the age of 50.
I think it's very important for women to be proactive and really promote themselves for having what is good screening.
Now, if you do have a concern, talk to your doctor. Don't wait.